Warming up is super important. Cooling down is super important. So I'm going to show you a couple things to do to get warmed up. Obviously, you could do the treadmill. You can do a foam roller, which I always do, almost always, 99% of the time. But also, you could do things like jumping jacks. Pretty simple. Most of you know what a jumping jack is. If you can't do a jumping jack, that's okay. You're going to do a side step jack, just like this. If your shoulder hurts, just do a side step. If your knee hurts and you can't do that, let's just do this. If you can't do that, try going like this. Okay, just something to get warmed up. Okay, here you go. Just like so. Nothing super crazy. Just get moving. So I like to do those. I also like to go through a series of stretches. I make sure that I stretch all the main body parts. I don't really have a big solid routine, but you want to throw a couple things in like quad stretches. Okay, just like so. Make sure you're not pulling opposite arm with leg. I'm not a stretching expert, so if you are, you can correct me, but don't try to call me out, because I'm just out here spreading the name of fitness just like everybody else. It's all in good health. So you stand. This works on balance, so if you can't do that, you're going to hold on to something to support yourself. And if you can't reach here, which not everybody can, that's okay. Just step back a little bit. You're going to feel that. Shouldn't hurt. Anything. My general rule, on a scale of 1 to 10, if it hurts past a 4, don't do it. Okay? Then you're going to go side to side. Stand up to the top, side to side. Now, this is like a side lateral lunge. I can't go down that far. My range of motion is not great. Some of you know, some of you don't, but I have hip arthritis in both hips. I have labral tears in both hips. Therefore, I don't go down that far. I've had surgery on one, very unsuccessful. Now I'm just in a prehab stage for if I ever get hip replacements. Okay, so point is, you can go down a lot more than me. But you're gonna just feel that stretch. Your adductors are on the inside. Your abductors are on the outside, so we're adding that in. Okay, so your groin, inner thigh area. Here, side to side. You wanna spend about maybe 5 minutes warming up. Okay, you're gonna feel a little bit of motion here. I always like to make sure I touch my toes here. Okay, if you can't do that quite yet, you're just gonna go as much as you can just to feel the stretch in your hamstrings, just slightly. Okay, flexibility and mobility are two different things. I'm mostly trying to work on mobility. Pull all the way up and through. Make sure you think of your body from the floor to the tippy top of your fingers. Okay, so you can reach through, roll your back up, reach up high. My hands are interlocked there. You'll find things that you like to do. Again, I don't have a big full stretching routine that I do. Kind of just do what feels good at the time. If I'm going to be working a lot of, let's say, chest, I'm going to focus a little bit more on my chest, my back there. Open that up a little bit. You can stand against the wall and do some chest here. Okay, so you're going to stretch that out just a little bit. You're just leaning into it there. Feel that stretch through there, but you also want to make sure that the back is stretched out here. Okay, so opposing muscle. There, another good one that I like to do that I realize a lot of times many of us don't have the range of motion for, and we should work on, is our biceps and our forearms. You're just going to reach out, palms facing the ceiling. I reach these fingers here and I just pull back this way. Okay, you're going to feel that wherever you need it. A lot of times you're going to feel it in your forearm before you feel it in your bicep. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. Here you go. I always like to make sure that I do the opposing group, which is going to be your tricep here. Reach up behind you. I'm slightly pulling on this elbow here. Just a little bit of pressure, not pulling it. Come down. Reset. There we go. You guys take it to the floor and do some walkouts. Okay, walkout looks just like this. I slightly bend my knees here. wider than shoulder width for me for my feet. Ideally, you can be here and stretch down. That used to be me. It's not anymore. Here we go. We're gonna walk it out here into a plank position. Do a couple of those. Stand all the way through. Whenever we do the exercise, we stand through anyway. Okay, here. From here, you can kind of come down onto the floor, and you're gonna push up slightly, just like so. Down and up. Just a few inches from the floor. Okay, all I'm doing is kind of resetting my low back there. You can barely see me. Great video. There. Okay, and I'm going to take my hips, come all the way back, set my butt right on my feet if I can, and then I'm going to reach forward, or I'm going to lean down here, reaching forward, stretching my back, stretching my hips. I do this every day before I get out of bed. I'm not kidding. Literally every day. Okay, you can reset again, come up on all fours. You can do whatever this cat pose thing is called. I don't know if that's what it's called, but we do it. Okay, so you're going to stretch this way and up. And then I think these are called downward dogs. I'm not a yoga person, as you can tell, but some of my clients correct me. Here and up. Okay, I'm just getting my joints moving, muscles engaged. Take some time to learn things that work for you. From there, you can sit on your butt, feet flat in front of you. Reach out. Usually I don't have shoes on when I do this. Reach as far as you can here. Okay, if you want to, you can lean your head forward. That's going to give you a different stretch. Even if you can only come here, that is okay. Even if you can only work on putting your legs straight on the floor, also okay. Even if you can only do a bend, also okay. Here we go. This way. I always like to do these ones in a set of 3. Come up. Exhale. I feel like each time you do it, you can go a little bit farther. I won't go through the whole thing because it takes a while, and I don't want to take up all your time. It's going to be about a 10-minute video. All right, here, you can see that this is getting kind of stretched here. I can't go that far. I used to be able to go all the way out, put my body to the floor. Not anymore. Not these 41-year-old muscles and bones. Almost 42, I will say. Just going to reach out, touch here. This is much more than I used to do. Here we go. Do that a few times. The other ones I always like to do because, again, my hips are an area of my concern. I'm going to take this foot flat on the floor, reach. I'm going to pull this leg over. This is a different stretch than the other one I'm going to show you. So that one is stretching the side here of your glutes and your legs, your IT bands, all the things. Stretch it here. But the other one that's in the same position, I'm going to take this elbow, put it right on my knee, and I'm going to look behind me. That's a different stretch, okay? Same position, slightly different movement, different stretch. Make sure you stretch each side, okay? I'll do that in a minute. The other one, I'll lay this way so it's not awkward on camera. Okay, you want to take your legs straight and you're going to reach this one over here as much as you can. I'm kind of in an awkward position here. This leg should be straight behind me. This again is another stretch across here. This is a little more advanced because you want to take this arm flat so you're getting a stretch in your low back, you're getting a stretch in your chest, you're getting a stretch in your glutes, your IT band, all the things. Okay, so you're going to do both sides. The other one I like to do is keep this flat on the floor, keep your upper back flat on the floor. You're just going to rotate your hips around and around. Again, I'm not a stretching specialist. I'm just showing you what I do. Okay? All right. The other one here I love to do, and this is something I learned a long time ago. You have to understand I've had dozens and dozens of therapists and chiropractors work on me throughout the years, so I just pick up things that work for me and I just do them. So here I'm going to take this hand, put it in front of this knee, this hand, put it in front of this knee, and I'm just going to push into each hand there just for a second. No big deal. I used to have to do this every day, okay, because my hips would be all off. And then I do the same thing out, just slight pressure, pushing out, slight pressure, pulling in. Okay, and then I reset that. That's how I feel. With the glute bridge, just come up, just like so. Okay, you guys can get a little bit more advanced here too. You can put this leg out straight, pull this knee in towards you. Okay, rotate your ankles, just like so. Switch legs. Make sure you do both sides. Again, I won't go through the whole thing. The other one here you can do obviously is straight up. You can take this leg straight to the floor, which I don't have a lot of flexibility or mobility through there, so that's what I don't do. I just keep it flat there. There are things you can push here, put on your foot and pull it a little more here. Again, not a stretching specialist, just showing you what I do to warm up. Okay, rotate those ankles, all those things. And that's it. I do a few more here and there, but that's an average warm up that I would do. Stretching, warm up. I like to warm up on the treadmill or do some of those jumping jack, those movements that I showed you, and then do the little bit of mobility and stretching that I just showed you. Takes about 10 minutes total before a workout. I suggest that you're doing that before, like you can do that during when you're watching the description video, okay? Or watching the description video for the next day's workout. That way, if you have a question, you can always ask Jesse or myself. So that's it. That's a warm up and stretching. I've been meaning to do that. Hopefully that helped. Let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Love you.